All right. Let's see who all here. Welcome to the special, man. Welcome to the special. What's up, Sylvester?
Welcome to the special,
Welcome to
man.
the special, man.
Welcome to the special.
All right, guys. Welcome to the show, guys. Please share the video. Oh yeah. What's up, Vivian? I see you right there. Share the video, guys. Eric Darcy, how you doing? Sam William, Cotto Masali, LRB got you. I see all my guys in here, man. I'm proud of you guys, man. Thank you for the support. Alex Nimlin, thank you guys for joining. I'm listening to a song called Hop Into My Maserati. That's the song I'm listening to. Sometimes Facebook tend to shut my broadcast or interrupt my broadcast. So I kind of try to be very selfish to you guys, not to listen to the music because I don't want Facebook to shut me down. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will kill that puppet. No, I'm not killing the puppet. Sylvester got me taking my shades on. I mean, he got me taking on my earpiece because of that. Look, I'm not going to kill anybody. I know what you mean figuratively, and I'm going to respond to you figuratively. I'm not going to kill Joseph Boakai, but what I want every librarian to understand, there are too many mistakes that we have made in the past. And as a new generation on the face of the planet, we should be able to recognize our mistakes and begin to process it so that we cannot repeat a mistake. All right. So I'm from that school of thought where whenever there's a mistake, I need to come back and correct it. So I'm being tough on Joseph Boyka because he wants to be president. I don't want the next generation will to face the same problem that I face. So nowadays they are now calling me Arizona Communist supporter now. So you see, I told you guys that Liberians live with high emotions and we are limited, majority of us, in logical thinking. And that's why I'm always here. So that's welcome to the special broadcast because usually I'm off on Wednesday and Thursday. But like I said, whenever there's something breaking that I feel is important, I will come here. There are two reasons why I'm here. One reason, tomorrow is Veteran Day. A lot of people will be out of work tomorrow. That means they're not going to work. Kids are staying home. So that means there's no homework that are going to be taking place today for tomorrow. Thank God for me. My kids, their school are done for this week. They are out of school tomorrow and Friday. So that's a long weekend for them. So with that opportunity given me, hey, why can't I come and utilize this time? And the second thing also is the holiday again. So there will be less activities. But today I am here because I listened to a gentleman. All right. Let me just post his photo up here so that you can take a look at him. Okay. So listen to this gentleman here today. All right. And I'm going to attempt to move his picture so that you can get to see his face. So I'm going to bring it here. All right. So this gentleman here, I listened to him today. I'm always speaking about 2065, but this gentleman says something about 2031. So he that kind of caught me short. So I decided to bring his revelation to you guys today because most of the thing when I say it here, people just think because I'm in a hybrid country from Liberia, so my words really doesn't matter to most of them. But this guy is not hybrid; he's very local, and what he said today took me into a very high concern mode, and I decided to how they call it, to bring what he said here. I'm not going to play the entire interview for you, but there are segments that I want to bring to your attention just to prove a point that what is happening in the country is actually real. All right. So we'll play that assets. And then after that, we will be looking at Joseph Boakai. Yes, Joseph Boakai, to be honest with you, the pop is not well. And there is something called infirm, INFRRM. This pop doesn't look too good. I'm not lying to you guys. All politics aside, this pop look like so. If you work in the group home, nursing home, senior citizen home, you look at Joseph Boakai, you can tell. All right. Somebody say, Randy, who can you support? Who can you support in Liberia? Sam William. I wouldn't got, and, like I said, brother Sam, every community in Liberia should build for themselves a platform, a policy platform. And what is policy platform? The policy platform is about communities across Liberia identifying the various issue in their communities, in their district, and in their county. And then with that policy platform, they can begin to engage um, Liberian politicians as to what they want to do. For me, I will support a leader. And Brother Sam, this is for you and for everybody. I learned a great deal of lessons from Joshua. And I'm not going to say I'm going to hide anything. No, because that's not how I was trained and that's not how I conduct myself. When I commit myself to anything, I want to commit myself to the core value that thing stands for. And if the core values are not then implemented, then it becomes a problem for me and those who are in authority to ensure that such core values are implemented. I campaigned for Mr. Weir, and there were reasons why I campaigned for him. And one was the expectation that he will change the status quo of our country by implementing policy that will address the challenges in our country and begin to help change the direction of the country. That was one of the fundamental reasons. And the reason I grabbed onto that because there was the Change for Hope agenda that earmarks listed a lot of things, but we're one thing missing in there, and that was the political party statement of purpose. That is almost like a cover letter where they will commit themselves through that cover letter that we will hold them accountable, because there have been many political platforms that had never come to realization. But the expectation of Mr. Weir turned out to be just like the rest of the other past leader. The reality always changed the expectation. We all expected that Weir would do the right thing, but today reality doesn't match up to that. So what did I do? I decided to backtrack. I decided to backtrack because I don't want to move in my track along with them. I decided to backtrack because I felt that they were going the wrong direction. But there was a reason why I decided to backtrack. And many people today, yesterday, they forgot to do these things. And even those that got the opportunity today, they are not also doing the same thing. When I campaigned for Mr. Weir, I said to many people who follow me that if Mr. Weir doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here. That was my campaign statement of purpose to the people of Liberia. That if Mr. Weir doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and criticize Weir. While it is true that I agree that he will be a president who will try to change things around, I've committed myself to my own campaign statement of purpose. If Weir doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and criticize Weir. I'm yet to see Liberians committing themselves to such a huge responsibility to hold his or her accountable. So that commitment that I made to the people of Liberia, I am now holding myself accountable to that words that I spewed out on November the 6th, 2017, that if Weir doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here. And that is why I'm here. So that said, I know it's very long. That said, the new me now on Facebook is looking for a political leader who will identify our problem in our country, put together a team, and not just an ordinary team, a team of experienced intellectual individuals who are very vast in different areas of expertise: agriculture, the environment, engineering for infrastructure and other things, regulators. Bring those people together and let them begin to look at the different sector in our country as part of your policy team, and begin to brainstorm on what is happening in the country and begin to address those things on the party agenda. That's the first thing I would like to see. Secondly, I would love to see the candidate who will come out here and be able to get a paper and put on that paper their political party statement of purpose. For example, I, Sam Williams, head of so and so party, will ensure that our party, when it comes to human rights, we will put Liberian and any other partner in our country first. There will be no abuse of any Liberian or visitor in our country without any thorough investigation. Agriculture, our political party statement of purpose as it relates to agriculture, our farmers across the country will be given the opportunity to expand their knowledge in the agricultural sector and their skills. When you commit yourself to those things and it's on paper, it's almost going to be like a check mark as you sail through your leadership. And then last but not the least, I want to have a leader who will be very, very inclusive, motivating, who will be very engaging with her people. If I don't see those things, all I have to do is to just come here and just say what I have to say against every political party. And that's why I'm starting with Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai been in government, according to him, since the 70s, but he cannot put that past experience and present experience to differentiate himself from Ellen Johnson's Sirleaf policy. This pap you see here, he cannot differentiate himself. He hasn't told you that I, Joseph Boakai, I don't support Ellen agenda for the past 12 years that I stood along with her, or I, Joseph Boakai, will not go along with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf agenda, because it is a new party that I am carrying out with a new agenda. He hasn't done so. He has not put together a team of experienced people to be within his policy team. I mean, on his policy team that will begin to look at the challenges that we have in our country and begin to put together a sound documentation. He hasn't done so. So, and it is not only him, the challenge goes to every one of them. But for me, when I'm broadcasting, most of the time, people who come in the spotlight, I come after them. I don't come after them insult them, but I come after them to challenge them. And that's what I want you guys to also do as well. So we'll talk about Joseph Boakai. And then after Uncle Joe, we will talk about this thing here quickly here. And everything will be done very fast. So guys, just relax. LRTN, for many of you guys that don't know, this network is being run by a very good friend of mine. He has invited me to be on his panel. We are working on things, and very soon he will be heading down to North Carolina. And he has informed me that if there's any interview with any political leader, I'm just putting it out there now. So he's going to North Carolina to attend the, how they call it, the Arizona Comics occasions. But the reason this picture is up here, this is the original broadcast of Joseph Newman Boakai in Philadelphia. He managed to capture that. In fact, when you look here, you will see this symbol here, the Toyota looking symbol here, but it's actually a different symbol. Let me just hide this for you guys and then bring that other one up here. If you look on the jaw loop something here, you see that symbol right down here, as you can see right down here. So this recording where George Lobo got busted actually came from that station. So we will be looking at that. But before we come to this, I will just try to play an excerpt of this original broadcast. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I would love to start with this particular image here. So let's go through the video. All right. I want to go through the video and listen to what the gentleman has to say. All right. So let's pay attention there. All right. Yes. And I think William said here again, Randy, who can you support? So yeah, William, I already said. And then let me see what Alanda King, I was eating my food. I read Alanda King. King made me laugh today this evening while I saw one of your posts. And I think that the same thing you just repeated. Please, Alanda, yeah, slow down small. All right. So this guy, I think I just forgot his name, but he's some kind of Thomas. He says something very interesting, and I wanted us to listen to it, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here today. So I am going to play an excerpt of what he said. So let's go back to the beginning. All right, let's go back to the beginning and let him do what he does best, and then from there I will move it in the middle, and then we'll get to the main point, and then we'll start to discuss. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the show has started. Let me progress. It's starting now. All right. So let me progress.
Good, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the heart of Monrovia here, and what you're following is you see the guy in the screen right here is known as Henry Moore. Henry Moore is also.
So, as you learn, his name is Henry Moore. And back in the days when I was growing up, a guy that used to just dress up, we used to call them bullshitter. All right. Yes, bullshitter. So those were terminology that we learned from our Pico brothers back in the days about peoples. But today he is known by many Liberians, especially in Mossoraro County, as the best dressed. So many people are calling him best dressed, best dressed, best dressed, and he's loved by the people. And and for those of you that did not watch the commentary today, as you can see here, his cell phone is almost two tear hanging out of his back pocket. And those who are cell phone snatcher, and the guy who did the narration today. He said people love him so much that they don't even bother to see his film. So I think he's one of the most blessed guy, not just the blessed, I mean the best dressed, but one of the blessed guy in the country, especially among those who don't like to see other people enjoying the luxury of life based on the little thing they have. So there you go. So we're going to follow you a little bit, and then I will move the cursor of the broadcast in the middle. And he says some important things, and let's just see what he does now, and then we'll move that, and then from there I will make some comment on the show. All right. So I'm going to mute myself as usual, so you can get better sound quality. So I'm about to mute myself.
Called best dressed in Liberia, one of the most renowned dressed guy in the country. Look at the fans. So he will dress in all kinds of outfits, and he will be marching, and everybody will call him best dressed, best dressed, best dressed. But there's something about this guy that is not known, and we're walking with him in the street, and we're going to go and hear. A lot of people think he's crazy and he doesn't know what he's doing. But if you hear what Henry Moore has to say about this country, now take a look as we are moving behind him, see what's the reaction of those who are after him. He's getting... So you see, you hear people are calling him best dressed.
You know, guys, and I got to confess to you guys. I got to confess, and I have a confession to make to you guys. You know, when I watch video from Liberia, and I'm not trying to distract you from what we are watching now, but I just want to give you the sense of what is running through my mind right now. All right. So when I watch the videos from Liberia, growing up in Liberia, going down waterside, as I watch the video, I'm looking at the residual, like these people who are just going by doing their own thing in the movie industry. They call them residual. There's some people just on the sideline. So I'm looking at these people here, and this is where my attention is. I'm just thinking that I say, oh my Lord, will I ever see or go back to Liberia to be able to get find myself walking and along the sidewalk and things like that. So that is what going through my mind as I watch most of the images here. So please forgive me. I just have that confession to give to you. So while it's true, I'm watching the photo, I'm also looking at things that on the side, people sitting down, like the guy moving. I mean, it just gave me the sense of when will I ever go back to Liberia? Yes. So I just want to share that with you guys. But let's continue with the video.
This is what all you're going to hear as we move closer behind us. And I mean, he's the most renowned Liberian or famous Liberian in the Republic, and they all know and respect him for what he's doing. So we're marching with him now in the streets of Monrovia, and I see, look at that. You hear they're calling his name. And guess what? In spite of his phone, you see his phone. Mind you, thank God for citing about his cell phone, Miata. One time, as we were told, the crowd tried to rob Best Dress out of his phone, and they beat that person until the person almost died. Look at that. You see, you hear, see the reaction from the crowd. Look at the reaction from the crowd. Everybody, you know, take a look.
Look, there are a lot of things that I'm learning from the video here, right? So please forgive me. And I want to make this thing very interactive with you guys tonight. And I look forward to your comment. So many of us who live in foreign countries and don't really see or feel the opportunity to be felt, to be loved. So I'm looking at the video and I'm seeing this gentleman walking and in the city of Monrovia, crossing from one place to another, waving his arm, somebody coming passing. I mean, it's I mean, aside from the message that he has in the video, I'm just enjoying the moment, seeing things that I have not seen for a long time. And to see the freedom, it's like breathing a fresh air of your own culture back home. So what this guy is really providing to me here, despite the challenges in the country, despite the difficulties in the country, looking at this guy who just moving as a free spirited individual, it really makes me to feel that it's like in normal day, a day that doesn't even represent Georgia government, a day that don't even represent any government, a day between the Tobo and the Samuel Kanyadu early administration. That's how I'm feeling this picture. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I'm feeling from the picture. All right. And the reason I'm putting myself into this move is because I'm looking at the activities on the street, the reaction. And so don't inject the negativities in it. You will not see the reality of what I'm feeling. But if you inject the negativities, then you will feel it. Even though you will bring the negativities in when he start his discussion, for now, I just want us to just enjoy what he is doing right now, right? So let me progress.
So take a look at the crowd as he's marching. But then see that, okay? Let me now come closer. See how they're calling. Take a look. This is Mr. Moore right here. Take a look at his outfit. Take a look at his outfit right here as he's marching these streets of Monrovia. Take a look, and he's been greeted by everyone. Everyone out in these streets are greeting him as he marches on the street. Take a look at the shoes, all of that as he's moving. He's so renowned, so renowned. But what will amaze you is how he gets his outfits, how he picks his outfit. See the crowd reaction as he marches out here. Take a look as he marches out here. Look at that. Look at that. They're called.
Another thing I want to bring to your attention too, since we are taking one stone to kill many birds on the video here, one thing I also want to bring to your attention too is this. As far as the beauty of our street goes, where you have the buildings, what I would love to see in the future, guys, you see this building here, all right? One of the things that can bring the city beauty outside is what we learned from Liberia called facelift. And there should be a frequency during the year where buildings that are along the street curb, they need to make some type of municipal code where people will be compelled to paint the front part of their building to give it some facelift, because these structures take away the beauty of the street. So when I watched the things today, I was looking at some of the buildings. I mean, you see how bad looking they look like. So I was just looking at, and what was running to my mind, I said, I hope the community, the business community, and the local city municipality can work together and at least make it their business to at least give these structures some facelift so that when you're walking on the street, you can really get to feel some beauty within our city.
Take a look out there. Take a look out here as Best Dress is marching, and the interview, everybody's calling his name. So somebody said, where is he going? We're actually now, okay, see, people are holding the traffic. You hear that? You hear people are reacting, so look at that.
And another thing too, like I said, most of the time when I bring the video here, it's all going to be stop and go, because other people who provide the video, they just go straight with us stopping. But when I'm doing this type of presentation, I would love to stop because it's an opportunity. And like I said, I already got my phone here now, as you can see here. So hopefully by Friday, you guys will be calling in to the show so that you can have your say on some of these things. So be prepared this Friday to start calling into the show. I'm going to set the phone up and then you're going to call. But for now, what I want us to look at here, I see this gentleman, as they call him, best dressed. All right. I don't want him to be politically involved with things, but what I want him to do is to participate from the civil society side. Remember, in the Good Commission document, there is something called Office of the Ombudsman. Yes, the Ombudsman is supposed to be fully engaged in our government system to serve as the referee between the government and the people of Liberia. He is non political. He got nothing to do with the government. He has nothing to do with the political parties. The office of the ombudsman is to make sure that policy, regulation, laws protect the Liberian people and the partners in the country. Now, best dressed, as he called, and he's being loved by the people. And when someone is being loved by the people, it's about trust, it's about confidence. So if that commission is being set up, depending on when they will ever set it up, I would love to see Best Dress being part of that committee within the office of the ombudsman, because his attraction, the chemistry he got as he walked in the street, people can relate to him easily. I think that role of working in an office that serves as the referee between the government and the public, I think Best Dress would be a very good fit for that position. I stand to be corrected, but looking at how people are appreciating him, and as he walk along, as you see this guy in the red, I mean, some of these people, I believe some people will call them Zogo, but you see the connection that he's building, the magnetic connection that he bring to bound people together. I think he would be a very good guy. So let's listen and watch again, all right?
Take a look at him. And this is, he does this, he walks around. He is the most renowned or most famous Liberian, sorry to say, as he walks. And if he comes back, you hear everybody calling him best dressed, best dressed, best dressed, best dressed. But take a look, what's so amazing is his cell phone in his pocket. You cannot, swing, brandish your cell phone like this in the country. You can't be, flipping your cell phone like that. But no one steals from him. He does not accept gifts from the public. 5 cents he does not take from no one. And his name is Henry Moore, but there's a lot to this guy when you hear what he's about to say. You hear that? Look at it. Take a look. Take a look at it. So you see the interaction. You hear that's his name. They're calling him all over the place. Look at the guys out there. They all know him. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. And one thing you're going to hear Henry Moore said, he told us that his father was a demon. According to him, he is the deacon for an Aladura church. Nobody knew this, and how he select his colors will amaze you. Let's take a look at his shoes. Take a look at the shoes. Take a look at the shoes. Take a look at the shoes. Now we're on.
Now, let me just answer a few questions here from LIB guy. He's asking this question. He said, "Why do they call him best dressed? I thought he was a cowboy." You see, LIB guy, our culture and our social culture, not the political culture, our social culture in our country, is somehow body driven, like someone bullying you, but there are good body we have and there are bad body we have. Like what we used to call it when we were growing up in Liberia, the man yeah like fucking you and stuff like that. And like the guy like to bully you. That's the terminology we used to call the man fucking you. But in that bully system we have one that is very admirable and one that is very funny. So when you see the name best dress, it's a positive bullying they're giving to you, but it is based on how people perceive you to be. So they give you that name because you best fit what the eye sees and what the minds calculate to give you a better result. And that's why they're calling him this way. Now, when you hear on the flip side about the most crooked man. And like people will say, Ellen Johnson said, not that she's crooked for this conversation now, but sometimes they will say Ellen is the Maradona, political Maradona of Liberia. I mean, that name that is giving her and they constantly using on her, it is meant to interpret the level of how she does or think politically, but they look at the applied reason for giving that to her, like you see the late Diego Maradona, how successful he used to play. But those classification, those description that is given to her, it is from certain generation. Like today generation, they will not say Ellie is the political Maradona because they got Messi today, they got Rolando. So today generation, if they buy into that culture of giving people positive bully description, they won't use the old terminology like Maradona, Zico, and stuff like that. They'll use something else. So best dress is coming from the Liberians out there who have seen many people dressed, but they don't really interact with them. But they see this guy who is well dressed, but has reduced himself not to rubble, but to some level that the common man feel that he attached to them. So they see the connection between they and him. So they're trying to use him now as an image of them to say, this is this guy that we prefer to be the best dressed person and so far. Yes, so that's it. Let me say hi to Moses. Moses, he's just here. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. So LIB, I just want to address that question of yours. And I also see Edwin Yango, he said I'm late. Well, it's always to be late than never show up. So thank you. So for now, I'm going to run a little bit, and then from there we'll go straight to the middle and let hearing, right? Because we are coming very close to 15 month time here. And I just want to make sure that we cover most of what I have for you guys here, right? So let's listen to the best dress, and then I will not interrupt again until we get to the interview, all right? So let's roll it a little bit.
We're on Randall Street. Just take a look with him. His political view, what comes to his mind, and how he's been perceived by even the young, the old, and different folks. What to think of best dress? Take a reaction. Take a look. Tell best dress to walk there. Best dress walk there. Take a look at that. Take a look. See the folks how they're greeting him. See how the crowd, everybody respect him so much. Take a look at this guy, how he's marching. Okay, go there. So he's now, best dress is now going to greet some fans out here to interact with them. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. See the reaction here. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look at Best Dress. See what Best Dress is doing.
I will not carry 100% blessing.
Why?
Because
All right. So, as promised, we are now going into the interview. So, I'm not going to play the interview in detail, in depth, but there are certain segments that I felt that need to be conveyed from my own show to you guys out there. So, I have brought the cursor midpoint of the conversation. So, let's listen in, and when that time comes, I will try to explain to you guys. All right. So, let's listen into him a little bit here.
they are not
They are not
illegitimate and
legitimate
they
and
are
they are
not
not official.
They are
They are
casual.
casual.
God will get
God will get
them
them
50%
50%
blessing.
blessing.
We
We
have
have
the
the
local
local
house
house
and
and
we
we
have
have
the
the
executive
executive
house.
house. I will
Now with
die.
that,
5:30 prayer when you pray. Still got
Still
to
got
pray.
to pray.
My
My
wife and my
wife, my
daughter
daughter
led
led
the
the
way
way
in
in
the
bed.
bed. I
I
led
lied
the
in the
prayer room. I
prayer room. I
slept.
slept.
Then the
Then
Lord
the
walked
Lord
to me and
walked
said,
to me and said,
Brown,
Brown,
Brown, I
I
told you
told
to
you
stay
to
away
stay
from
away from
gifts.
gifts.
What? So
What?
I
So
did
I
not
did
come
not
to
come to
know
know
that
that
the
the
money
money
they
they
gave
gave
me,
me,
that what
what
the
the
Lord
Lord
was
was
referring
referring
to.
to.
Why I come
Why
back
I
and
come
do
back
it,
and
man?
do it, man?
Because,
Because,
you know, the rap
the
gift.
rap gift, pour flour on it, and all that. So I thought what they gonna give. None of that the money was the one to me. So when I took the money, I look at the money, I'll call you back. So when I took the money, then the voice said, carry that money and give it as an arm. That's the day she want to get around the street now you hear it no. The sun hot. Now why you not getting a good friend? The sun is hot. Then I took the $500 I want to change it $5 US. I share it from Randolph Street Junction and Bronx all the way down. I share it $5 across the board. That's what I did.
Wow.
Yes. That I was born. Nothing fooled my eyes. Because when I was born, I was 10 years old when I drove my first car. Falcon 4, station wagon automatic, white. Isn't it?
My father was a senior star and I was in company.
You know what I'm saying? So I met these things. So why taking the nine put on my head and be passing? I had a feel for the youth because my problem here is I don't like the condition.
Now, this is where I want you to pay attention. All right, this is where I want you to pay attention. I know we have enjoyed the little catwalk and everything, but he's now coming into what I would describe as the nitty and gritty. He's about to focus on the youth. You know, when I tell you guys that Liberia will be a better country by 2065, now you are about to hear what this gentleman is about to say about the youth, and this go across every political platform, every talk show. These are people you need to be bringing on your show so that they can remind the government, so that they can remind the younger people. Listen to what this man is about to say, and you make your own thought out of it. All right. So let's go to him now.
Of the youth of the nation. I don't like the condition.
And let's talk about that. Go with the number three, then we'll come back to the
The
youth.
last circle of honor of life, the day you die. When somebody, where you should be guru, where you should cross people, where you are bad, where you are ritualistic killer, they force to honor you. That's the last honor of life.
When you die.
Yes, when you die. That's the last honor of life.
There got to be folks who will honor you.
They compare to honor you. Even if people want to use that occasion to enrich themselves or to feed themselves, it's honoring you. Maybe there will have different motives. That's what the Bible says. Now all that say Lord, Lord will enter the kingdom.
So are you suggesting that even if somebody who they claim to be a tyrant or a mass murderer or a serial killer or something, even if they die,
it will be honored because it was approved by God. It was approved.
one thing you also talk about black, people wearing black when they're
Oh,
mourning.
you come to colors.
Yeah, talk about colors.
Colors are executive strappers of life.
Executive
People just wear
stripers.
things, any color, they just put on anything they pass. When I went to Italy, I read it out there. The white people said was afraid of, what kind of which college you coming from? But you know, another college. I said, I came from God college. Because God gave me wisdom. Colors. We have the local house and we have the executive house. The executive house.
You're talking in the Rams now.
Yes, but brother, I in spirit speaking to you. I'm not just speaking because I want to make news. God is directing me right now as I'm standing here right now. He's directing me. And you got to pray against pressure. Pray against pressure. Pressure is around around your system. But I'll be sour. I know the Lord will destroy it if we get to a certain level.
Wow.
He said to me, you see the colors, we are almost 6 colors in the executive house. 6. 1, the first executive color of life is black.
You said black is the first.
Black, the first executive color.
Why they see it as dark, evil?
Yeah, that was, I come in there.
Okay.
We'll read the scripture. Black is the first executive color of travel life. He said, God created the heavens and the eye. And the eye will have forms and darkness upon the face of the deep.
So that's the beginning.
That's the darkness. That's the dark. That's the suburb of can see.
First color.
First color.
Wow.
Yes. Black is not for their body. They only using it because they gotta be honor. And honor comes from why the executive house. That's why they put black. Because black is a serious color. Don't joke with black. It's the more executive color of eye. 2. What is the second color?
You tell me.
Red. Sometimes when I went put on red, then the children all back and come to me and surround me. Today Valentine, but not Valentine Day, you go wear red. Valentine is a fornication organization. It's not recognized by God.
Wow.
I say it's a fornication organization. They only select that color because they come to oneness. That's all. Red is the second executive color. That's why when you cut your skin now, take red right now and cut yourself. What are you going to see? Red blood. That's the second color. Red. That's why in the executive mansion, where the head of state sit, the raw in that mansion is what? Red.
Red.
When you go in the higher auto of the centenary, the higher auto, what color you find there? Red.
Even in the Buckingham Palace, the courtyard there is red.
It's red. So that's the second executive color. Then the third executive color that we are looking at, white, is purity. People can come here and give you promises and make big more, or you give you money or give you property, but what in the heart is quite different from what they are doing physically. Somebody want to kill you, they can come right here and try to impress you, or give you a lot of money, give you a lot of things, but they find a way to kill you. You understand? That's the third. That's the third color in the house of honor. White, purity. 4th, maroon. That's the stopper color of the eye. The 5th is what? Gray. These are the executive color that belong in the executive house. 6th are what? Purple. Those are the colors of the executive house. All other colors now are local colors. That's why you see when people want to get married sometimes, they wear all pink. Then they say blend it with red, or they blend it with black, or they got to blend it with something from the what? From the executive house. You understand? But if you want to blend those colors, what do you blend them with? The structure and the riches of the eye. The colors of the riches of the eye, they are what? Gold and silver. You use gold and silver to blend. You understand? Those are the colors of the executive house. I pray that God will help this nation to liberate the youth. I'm asking the elders of this country to pay attention to the.
I thought to allow the various color strap that he mentioned, but now he's coming to the youth. Yes, the youth. So let's listen. He's coming to the youth now, and this is very critical in this conversation here. All right. So he's coming to the youth now.
The priorities of the priorities. Let it prioritize the priorities of the nation. The elders of the nation, they're not prioritizing the priorities. I'm begging them. And now talking politics. And now going against somebody. Everybody have the right.
Right.
But I'm appealing. I'm begging. The youth of this country are suffering too much. The youth are suffering too much in this nation. They need help. They need help. Let the elders pay attention to the youth. I will appreciate that.
Does the elder include those who are in their home, ordinary fathers?
Where they have the role to play, that's the local house.
Okay.
But the executive house, which are the command system.
Right.
Because God first, second is what? Government.
Right.
The elders of the government should pay attention to the priorities of the nation. The youth are suffering too much. Until now, most of the youth have become motorcycle rider. Pretty soon they're going to be declared illiterate state.
You say
You
say illiterate state?
Illiterate state.
Why
Pretty soon, I get it 10 years from now.
Why you say that?
Because
That's a very
because
strong...
the youth will not be educated. Academically, they will be empty.
Why?
So let me hold you there. You see, most of the time when I come here and be telling you guys that we don't believe in education, maybe some of you guys just think that this guy they call Ray J. Randy, he just like to brag, he's stupid, he just feed because he ain't get a job. But you just heard it from a local statement. By 10 years from now, and that will be the year 2031, that our country will be considered as the illiterate state. It will not just come abruptly like that. Look at the Mendelian Challenge program we failed in. What did I tell you guys yesterday? We failed because most of our institutions do not have the institutional knowledge of people. And do you think that number is increasing? No, that number is decreasing. And now, to his point, and they were he and I correlated this morning when I was listening to him from my office, where he said, 10 years from now, this country will be classified as illiterate state. He's right. Because you know why? The assembly line of a future of any country start from a primary education where we put people on the assembly line from kindergarten to elementary to junior high to high school to college. If you look at that pattern in our country, it is not moving in a fluid path. There are many youth who are stalled in the process, and all they're doing, according to him, just riding, pimping, and stuff like that. They are not building their capacity. Now, where you think that activity is going to reflect? It's going to reflect on their children, because there is a huge study that says if the parents are not educated, there is a highly likely possibility that the children will not be educated. And one of the factors that will impede the process of the child getting educated is poverty. So most of the guys you see on the street today, And our population says 65% are youth, right? But the youth, according to the United Nations projection, 50 years from now, where I think about billions of people will be on the continent of Africa, and majority of them will be youth. Do you think we buy into that by starting to educate our people? It takes 20 years. I mean, it takes 18 to 19 years to build an individual to be a perfect academic individual. Now, when you look at Liberia, there are many young people who have passed 18 years old. They are in their mid 20s, and majority of them are not out of high school. That is a large number of illiteracy that we are dumping into the society. So when this man look at what is happening to the youth, his mind is not being calculated right now. He's looking at the progression, the population progression of what is going ahead to happen to us in the future, in time to come. But do you think people who got a bigger platform listen to this guy right now? You can forget it. You can forget it. But I'm just honored to have this audio because I already downloaded this audio. And one day I will play it on my show because he has given you half of what I always said. By 2031, most of the youth in this country will be classified as uneducated. It may not come the way he is saying it because it is a revelation. It is his opinion, and opinion can be debatable rather than facts. But don't be shocked if that statistics come from a general population of experts that would say Liberia is a country where maybe 70% of the youth are uneducated, and with that huge percentage, it will affect us. If you look at the Millennium Challenge report, primary education, we fail. And I think another section that has to do with education will fail. Now, when you look at the current situation in the country, poor educational system, poor teaching across the country, the international standard of what we need to do to increase our institutional capacity as a country, we are falling short. It's going to take years to build those things up. And within a year, generation will be passing by and nothing will be accumulated. Every year that go by, we are getting older. But what are we doing to leave our population? Many of you in this country here, you will bear to what the man is saying, that the youth should not be overlooked because they are the future of the country. And if Liberians, the elder, the government, if they don't pay attention to the youth, Liberia will be considered as the first or maybe among the illiterate country in the world. Why? Think about your child in America here who decided to stay home with you, took 18 years to graduate high school and pursue their way to college. You see how long it took for your child to reach that age and stepping into college? In Liberia, how many people think that way? How many parents are given the opportunity to think that way? The young people in the country don't even know 5, 10 years, what would they be? Would they be economically strong? Would they be academically strong? Would they be technically strong to uplift themselves? No. And what you think will happen? The calamity will be we will have a population of uneducated people in our country. I'm glad that he said it, but I know Liberians are people that don't believe things. And one of the reasons why we are in doubt is because majority of don't live in our country. So we don't have the empathy, imagination of what people say that is a reality because we don't live there. We don't live in our country. But for those who live there, they are not in majority to listen to what he said. So let's continue with him here.
Why you say that?
Why you say that?
Motorcycle, and they just develop criminal activities. They call no program for the youth. And don't even look at the government they did, because this started ever since.
Go over that again.
Joseph Jimmy Roberts. This country, we're talking about for Joseph Jimmy Ramos. Okay? Okay? So please, I'm appealing that we should look at the youth. But we are old already. We're getting our beds are already old. But let's support the youth. That's my concern. Most of the time, see me move around and say, they may just walking about all day. No, I want to carry out my own personal story.
Okay. So can we go up? Can we take a second walk?
Yeah.
Up the core?
Anywhere you want us to go.
Okay, and then we're going to go for the second half.
You see, I always tell you guys, and let me just take him off the screen here now. All right. I always tell you guys this familiar story. When you go to a town, always watch for the people who are in the street. What the man just said, many people are not focusing on it. And if you translate this to the biblical days, what the man just said, what is coming to my mind right now, if you read the Bible, especially things that happen in the Bible, it's like when Noah told the people that God has spoken to him that there will be a very large volume of rain that the earth cannot contain. So the rain going to turn into a flood and it's going to take over the land. People took that for joke. That is what I think the man is doing. He may be walking in the town, like Arabic guy, you said. Some people kind of want to make fun out of him, want to flatter him. Some people believe in him. But the message that he's giving, thank God that at least we got Facebook digital library where you can download video, put it on online, and somebody somewhere will capture it in their private moment. And no matter this modern era we live in, the age of technology, years to come, there will be somewhere who will keep some of the video. And when the time comes, those video will be revealed. And I think his video is one. So from other to your point, I have the video, I downloaded the video, and I already put it into my cloud. And I also have it on my laptop here. But it's a very, very revealing video. The youth of our country, we have said it so many times. Many of you guys have been concerned. Even public officials have been concerned. And so what I would do, maybe in the coming days, I will play the entire clip, and so that you guys who watch the show with me will get to understand. But these are fundamental things that policymakers in the country supposed to be concerned about. But they are not. They are not. Because what? They are all about politics. So speaking about politics, this is where we are. This is where we are. This is where we are. All right? These are the people who say they want to take after Joshua. So we're going to go through the next phase now. But let me take this one off the screen and then bring the original one, which is this one here. All right. So yes, Famada. Yes, Famada. I will try to share that clip. Whoever needs it, I will try to share with them. But let's move away from what he said because of time. We are pressed with time now. So I want to utilize the remaining time here because I'm here for 1 hour. So I want to utilize the time so that let's just browse through this video here. All right, let's browse through the video, see some interaction, and let me give you my 2 cents, and then we'll go back to the George Lopo and Mr. Boakai. All right, so let's go through here and see. I'm going to speak to the physical interaction, the body language of these people you see here. And I will be very upfront with you guys tonight. All these guys you are looking at here, they got absolutely no plan for that country. These guys are nothing but blood-sucking individuals who just want to go to that country. You see them dressing like this? This is just the tip of the iceberg. These guys here ain't got no damn agenda for that country. Just how you see the pampering the old man, Boakai, that exactly the image they're giving to you. That if you ever went to bed and dream that Boakai is president, this exactly what they're going to be doing over there. They're going to put Boakai in a chair, give him whatever he needs, give him a lazy boy chair. He's going to sit in there, and they're going to ruin that country just like when you take a dead animal and toss it into the river of alligators. That's exactly what you guys going to be doing to that country. But before we even think about that direction to go there, we must be very strong to speak against these guys. All the guys you see here, they got no goddamn interest in our country. They are nothing else but just blood sucking individual who want to go get them. Why this guy here? All right, this is George Lopo right here. This man lived in Arizona. He has not shown you what he does for a living. As far as I know, educational wise, he hasn't done anything, but it is up to what I'm putting out here today for him to come out and prove himself. But you know what? When people in America, Kosu make that man. That's how many of our fellow brothers are in this country. They put the Kosu on and the Kosu make them. But in reality, it is not the Kosu that make the man. It is the man that make the Kosu. This guy, that's all he wants to do. He wants to be the Samuel Tuet. He wants to be the Jefferson Koji. So if you see how very protective he is around the pop, you would think he is the one that cloned the pop to be who he is. So watch the video interaction here. Now you see how disorganized these guys are. Just to have a QA section, you see how disorganized they are. Very disorganized because everybody want to be the chief on our platform. Everybody. And this picture, as you see it here, guys, trust me. This image you're looking at right now, where Joseph Boakai is sitting here, and all these guys around here, that is the picture of what these guys are dreaming of every day. This picture, if you haven't thought about what you think the Boakai ever government will be in Liberia, this is how you going to see it. This is the image here. If you remember, let me flip it around here and show you guys. Remember way back when Donald Trump went for the G7 meeting, where Mr. Trump was sitting at, and all the international country of the G7 were just looking at Donald Trump like this, and they knew that America and the world were not going to get along. This is the image version of these guys here. This is how they're going to use Joseph Boakai. The puppet guy absolutely no idea about the guy intent. Yes, they will just come, and the purpose is for them to be well known. Who has the greatest attachment to the puppet? Now you look at George Lopo, he's doing everything possible to show to you out there that he got connection to the puppet. He make himself feel good. But Boakai himself got absolutely no plan for that country. Absolutely not. Nothing. He's depending on the guys to make noise and convince you guys to think that he is. But this is how Boakai administration will ever work. And that's why Eddie did not like. Listen to him. I mean, let's watch the action here. Just watch the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our seat now so we complete the program. The former vice president will now be like this. So please, one second. So please have your seat. Let's complete this program with me. Before I turn the mic over to you, I want to say to the former vice president, thank you very much for your passion for Nigeria. He has demonstrated today with no doubt. Those who keep doubting have seen, and now they know. He has proven that his present is.
Now you see the interaction with the puppet. That's the image they're building for you. If anyone hasn't built that image for you, this is the image. This is what they want you to see if Boakai become president. He going to sit down like a lame duck, and all the guys with their funny looking shoes, dressing here and there. That's how they're going to run the country. This old man will sit down and nothing will be done. Every ministry that the guy will be running, it will be up to them to make decision. And they will not come as a coordinated group. Everyone will be running to him, running their mouth against each other, and that's how they're going to fuck that country up. It is up to you to listen to some of us. These guys are only using our paper. Now, the Costa man is not in the image yet because when they ever establish the government, he will see himself as a total different element from the other human element here. That's why he's not associating himself with these guys. These are the guys who will be like the Tour, the McGill, the Jefferson Koji then. These are the guys and the Finabono then. That's the kind of character of people you see right here. These guys right here. That's how they will be. Into it wise is quite sufficient. Don't take my word for it. That time, if it ever comes, you will get to see it. And when it's happening, don't call my name.
He is ready to be president on day one. He can stand up and answer a question. He has answered questions more than any like one politician I've seen in recent days. He has crossed the T's. He has brought it out. Among the business and that, take away and see. I want to take it to the other question. Go ahead, Boakai.
We're going to ask you again to please sit down with your sister. She has the most important part of the program. She has an announcement for all of us. Please have your seats. Excuse me, Mr. Princess. Ladies, please have your seat, guys. Thank you very much.
So the video just went blank. Let me see where I can put it forward here.
He will speak to Liberians, he will speak to his people regularly. So, and that is why it's lacking to this Liberia. With all these national crises, we have a president that really.
So when you look at George Lopo, his physical interaction, what is going through George Lopo's mind now is he thinks right now he has a government now. That's in the mind of George Lopo. You see him moving back and forward. That George Lopo feel that he already in government now. But this is a guy that don't even have any experience in this country or wherever he come from. But these are the guys that Liberians on the ground because of political sentiment, political attachment, they think these guys are going to make that country better. For me, I don't want to go there, but I'm just okay to where I am. Because for these guys I see here in this place, you can forget it. They are the part B of the current government official on the ground. Look at them. They cannot even put together a less than 200 people QA section. People telling them, y'all get an old man chance, y'all do this. That's how the government going to be, my friend. That's how they're going to ruin the country. These guys are going to ruin the country. The only difference I see with Cummings, when Cummings is having something, it's different. You don't see people crisscrossing each other. But the same interaction like this, it happened in the Wea camp. Now it's happening in the Boakai camp. At first, I thought Boakai was going to be more organized. But from what I see here, no. It is a carbon copy of the same thing. I see the Finabono down here. I see the Kalasco down here. I see the Mange, I see the Tour down here, right in the group. But that the people who you say they're going to be better people. That bro got a problem. We do.
Speaks to Liberian about international issues. So as a leader, you have to speak to your people in terms of peace. You speak to your people in terms of or challenges. So he promised to do that. There were other concerns about his role in the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration, and I think he also articulated that. One thing that I was impressed with the performance of the president, the former vice president, is that his endurance. He stood up for almost 2 hours, responding to questions, articulating his view. And there have been this report about he being not too healthy.
Yes, I said it. He's not healthy. All right. You just listen to the guy. There have been a report that he's not healthy. So we gotta give it to ourselves here because we have been hitting it hard. Joseph Boakai is not a healthy man. All right. The man, if you look at his physical body structure, all right, let me just take the video down now that he says something. Let me take the video down and let's bring Joseph Boakai here so you can see Joseph Boakai. The very image you saw out there is the same image here. Does this image look to you like somebody who is mentally, medically, and physically okay? No. This old man is not too well. And that is why these guys you see today, they know this old man will not be very rigid when he ever become president, which I pray for that it will not happen. Because these hyena and coyote around the puppet, they will just set him down somewhere and they will run that country. I hate to say that a child is in a candy shop with no supervision. They will eat every candy that their mind tell them is good to taste. That's what they're going to do. Look at this old man here. Do you really think this old man is able to stand on his feet 8 hours to 12 hours a day to go for conferences, to go for meeting? No. One, this old man is like somebody who just had a heart or organ, some type of organ transplant. That's how this old man is. This old man need to see a medical doctor who will give me a medical certificate of fit to do the job. For now, he looked very infirm. INFRRM. Go and figure that out. He is not healthy. But you know why they get him mad? Because some of us are saying the truth. And because the truth hurts, it exposes what they are trying to hurt. They want to put the old man in office. So when you hear the guy say there are speculation or some people say the old man is unhealthy, so he trying to convince his people that because Boakai stood not when we talk about the grand total standing, Boakai was standing, sitting, that does not equate to a total time elapsed of 2 hours standing. But he wants the people to believe that Boakai can stand for 2 hours. Look at Boakai hands here. All right, those who are very medically sensitive. When I see the old man hand, it tells me that he has problem. I'm not an expert to tell you that he has Parkinson's disease, but the age that he finds himself in right now, something is telling me that all is not right with this old man here. Yes, all is not right. But you see, the greedy hyenas, the greedy coyotes, these are wild animals that don't care for anything. That's how the guys are. They just want to get the pop to get what he wants and put him in there, and they will do nothing about it. This pop is not well. He is not well at all. Joseph Boakai is in this country to go through some medical exam, but because they don't want to be transparent, medical transparency should be a requirement by public officials in Liberia. If you want to be president, we should understand that you need to really show off your medical certificate. Look at this picture here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this picture. Do you really think this old man appearance look very unique? It's very unpleasant image of this old man. Anybody see the old man will just think that he just came back to life. But at the man, the people put you. Because you know what? They know this old man will be a lame dog. And this man will be one of the most expensive public official. There will be thousands and thousands of dollars that will be spent on Joseph Boakai presidency, not for any reason, but for a health. We cannot and should not and will not allow Joseph Boakai, let somebody else from that same party who is ready. The puppet is not even mentally stable to remember things. He cannot recite a ABC from A to Z. He cannot recite it. And that's why he needs help. But let's watch the interaction again. I just thought to show these images to you so that you can get to see. So let's get back again to Joseph Boakai video here. All right, let's put the video back up here. Now watch the interaction here. All right, watch the interaction.
But I think he demonstrated the other ways today. So in summary, I would say there was a good gathering. It was a good gathering.
Oh, that's good. That's very good, Mr. Cindy. Another thing I want to ask you, okay?
Yes.
Now, the guy you're hearing in the background there, all right? The guy you are listening to in the background, that is Moses Sandy. Remember when Boakai appeared on Volcano Shelton show, the guy they call Moses Sandy, he was interviewing Boakai. That's the same man now who is almost acting like he is the press officer for Joseph Boakai. But this is the same man who was on Volcano Shelton show trying to ask questions but leading a witness question. But here is he now talking to this guy saying that, oh, Boakai did well. All these guys are looking for a job. But there's something our people can get. They are looking for a job. They are looking for a job. Of course. Yasia, of course. Of course. They are looking for a job. They are looking for a job. These are political hyenas and also political coyote. That's who they are. Look at all of them. Look at them here. Look at the other guy back here with a every Presley hair. You think they're gonna make any good intention for that country? You sit down there. You think Jefferson Cody then dressing. You try the garden. You try them. When they finish with that country resources, you will settle for a penny, then a fast down. You try them. Let me progress.
You talk about this CPP stuff. CPP, there's conflict in the CPP and Mr. Senator Cummings and the UAs, the Liberty Party, and all that. Now, what's your take on that, the way he answered the question?
Well, I think he was being honest. First, I like the comment he made that here there are people who believe that Alexander, there was a question about whether Mr. Cummings is a criminal or not. And he clearly stated that in the absence of a probe, no one can call another president, a criminal.
Look how uncivilized these guys are. Look how uncivilized these guys are. I think the cameraman is so embarrassed that he decided to move the camera away from Boakai. But what the hell these guys then doing around here on the platform here? This is where guests sit and the audience get to see. But look at them here, because they all want to just be in the picture. They all want to show attachment to this old man. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at exactly a blueprint of what these guys going to do. These guys got absolutely no intention to improve anything in the life of the young people in our country. Absolutely nothing. Just how you see them here. This guy is a heavyset guy. I don't know how much pound he would gain if any opportunity presented to him, but he's also another problem too. But look at all of them here. Look at all of them. They sit that old man down and they just want. George Lopo is all over the place. He's right here now between the guy here. He's all in the place. So what he's trying to portray here is he's trying to review himself like some type of tower light that is way somewhere over the mountain that everybody can see. So he just all over the place. He's all over the place, moving from one place to another. And somebody would say he sold it. He want to see the show. Watch again.
So I think that's good for the supporters. And all these, negative comments about the various CPP, political leaders. You have people from the ANC that are fond of denigrating, Mr. Mr. Boakai, people denigrating Mr. Coleman, and he says that that is just not the right thing to do. So I think he believes in the CPP, and he believes that
these guys are not organized at all. These are the people you see. They say when the Christmas will be good, you can tell from the eat. These guys are not organized at all. Why are they all standing here? You see the disorganization among these guys. It shows that they are just grievous. All these guys' minds, on their minds, is just to get to that government position and get what they want. That's all the guys want. That's all they want. These guys are just hustlers. Yes, somebody just took the word from my mouth. Yes, Jackson Alignment. He just took the word from my mouth. All right? These guys are nothing else but bunch of hustlers. That's all they're doing here. Yes.
he will be able to resolve the crisis. And so let's see what happens in the next few months from now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunny.
Thanks, Mr.
We're going to see if we can invite you on the RTI.
Sure.
And we can go in a further discussion with
Definitely.
you. Always happy to come. Okay, we have one strong member of the Party who just arrived. They call Terrence.
I'm Terry Genesis.
Terry Genesis. He's one of the strong members of the Party, and he's standing right next to me. What do you think about the program today?
Well, firstly, I would like to say that the turnout for the program was very much impressive, and I was very much impressed over the response and the performance of the former vice president, the endurance, the stamina, his wisdom, all right, in answering questions. Even people from the other end, from the ANC and the CDC, they came here to just pose their own concern and a question, and he answered. His responses to these questions were very much impressive, and so I would just like to thank the former vice president, and we want to call on every Liberian to give him the opportunity, all right, to salvage our country, to rescue Liberia.
Now, you listen to one of the supporters over there. He just mentioned about give him the opportunity. Instead of him telling you out there that we do have a plan, we have an agenda that is different from what Ellen and Boakai did for 12 years that caused Boakai to lose the election. He's not giving you those essential information, but he just literally telling you water morphine that gave the woman a chance. You see how sometimes these guys just play on your mind. He's not discussing any plan or agenda that Boakai has put together to say, yes, the Boakai administration will do this for the economy, will do this for that, but they should just give him the chance. Do you think that is something that you will buy? Then you might have Jackie, we are over there because we are got their full pillow. And that is why I keep telling you guys that Boakai must show to the Liberian people and prove to the Liberian people that he therefore with Ellen Johnson 12-year administration, and that he has a plan that will be different from Ellen and better than George Weah. But what I'm telling you, just give the man a chance. Just give the man a chance. That's what they're doing. Yes, somebody mentioned here they are literally begging. And they are begging with dishonesty too. The begging is very dishonest. It's not an honest begging. The dishonesty about it is they're not telling the Liberian people what plan Boakai has, what strategy, what are they going to do for the country. They're not telling our people those things.
Liberia is in a very big trouble, all right? One thing that Kofi Wu said, you cannot give men's job to boys. You cannot give men job to boys. And we want men job to be given to men. And the former vice president is experienced, he's very eloquent, and he's well connected. he will be able to restore Liberia. He will be able to salvage Liberia from the problem.
Look, enough with the crap, man. Enough with the crap. Enough with the crap, man. All right, enough with the crap. These are the individuals that many people believe going to change the country. They come to the mic and not a single plan that include a course of action, but just to only talk about the man. He got experience. You're getting chance. That's not it for me. So now that you are seeing this video, let's bring the last one on so we can call it a day. All right. So this is Joe Lopo right here, as you can see here. And we're going to play his audio, right? In fact, let me take this one away so we can listen to Joe Lopo here. All right. This is how very unorganized, this is how unprofessional, this is how the government got the party got nobody in charge. Everybody seems to be in control. And this guy called Joe Lopo humiliated this old man that people claim to have 42 years, which is one of the big embarrassment. So let's listen here. All right. Many times you have heard this, but let's listen so I can give you my breakdown.
Social frustrations. What will you do about social frustrations? Tell us our social laws are implemented, the laws are followed. Social problems. What will you do about social problems? Tell us our social laws are implemented, the laws are followed.
And to be honest with you guys, all right, to be honest with you, I'm not here to take Joe Lopo's side on this video here. All right, to be honest with you, I'm not here to take Joe Lopo's side on this video. I don't know the guy from nowhere. He just in the politics just like myself, but the way he conducts himself, I don't feel that he's doing the right thing. But I did add his question this morning. I asked a very important question this morning. And I'm going to repeat it on the show here. Number one, and let's forget about what you have seen so far. I know I already been describing what the guy intention are. They're not going to have no good thing. But let me tell you about what I make of this particular Joe Lopo tape here. All right. So let me put this thing back here. And let me bring this up here. Sorry for that, guys. Let me put this back up here. All right. And let me do this here. Yes. All right. So what do I make of this George Lopo video? Number one, I want you to pay attention to this. There are manipulators out there. George Lopo may have said something to Joseph Boakai, but if you carefully watch that interaction between Joseph Boakai and George Lopo, why it is true that somebody is saying something over George Lopo's voice, it's not what George Lopo said. That particular interaction may have taken place somewhere else, but not in the particular broadcast. Yes, it's not in the particular broadcast. Let's go over something else. Let me show you again. All right. And if you have this recording, and again, I'm not here to back Joe Lopo. No, that's not what I do for people. That's not my business. I'm just giving you my own independent professional observation from that audio. It's never meant to say, oh, but the man was just blasting at Joe Lopo. And no. This is where my professional stand-up take place. And that's why I say I'm not for anybody if you don't do the right thing. I think there is some over voice of Joe Lopo that is being blended into this audio, the video. If you take a careful look while listening to what Joe Lopo in our audio is saying and watch Joe Lopo lips, It's not the same. But some people are very good in manipulating stuff. So let's listen here again. And this is the analytics I want us to be taking away from some of these gimmicks. Yeah, these things are gimmicks to distract you from the key issue. My key issue with George Lopo and Boca is Boca must separate himself from Ellen. Boca must come with a better policy that is better than George we are and tell us what team he has, what the qualification and experience of the team. That is why I'm behind Boca. But for somebody to come and say what the man is doing, they're only humiliating them because we are already seeing the humiliation. They were already were not organized. They are a bunch of coyote. They are a bunch of hyena just looking for job. We know that. But somebody is trying to play a game here, and I don't want you to fall for that game. Your desperation should not lead or overlook your common sense of judgment. All right. So let me bring the video down and let me blow George Lopo up here. Now let's listen to George Lopo here again. All right. Let's listen to the video. Watch George Lopo carefully here. Pay attention to George Lopo. And again, I ain't get a damn about George Lopo. I'm not here to support George Lopo. I'm not here to support Unity Party. I'm just telling you that Jay Randy cannot fall for anything so easily. I take my time to analyze it. That will separate me from many people who just follow things. No, I'm not an entertainer. All right? No, I am not. I am a very forensic individual who look for things very carefully. So watch the interaction between George Lopo here, all right? Watch the interaction here. Let's play it again. Now you see George Lopo, by the time the thing start with social corporate responsibility, George Lopo is looking straightforward. So George Lopo may have said something in that program, but when somebody took a voice and did a screenshot and want you to buy into it, my friend, not on the platform yet. So let's go back again. I want you to watch George Lopo and listen to the voice of George Lopo. When George Lopo started to say social, he was still looking forward when the voice started going. And George Lopo was not even talking. So let's go back again. All right? Let's go back again. Let's go back again with that. Watch this time. Watch this time. All right? Ready? All right, let's go. Social. Now you see, social corporate, George Lopo is looking forward because this whole program, George Lopo was acting like the way, the dog. He was the puppy catcher. So everywhere there was action, George Lopo would run there. So when the audio said and social corporate responsibility, George Lopo is looking straight forward. He's not talking. He's not talking. All right. So let's catch that part again. Let's catch that part again.
What will you do about social corporate responsibility? Tell us, I will make sure the bills are implemented.
You got that? Even when they were about to end the video, George Lopo was walking away when that voice was still coming up. So let's say somebody said he said something or while not looking at JB. Exactly. Exactly. So these are the things that I want us to pick up. Yes. So I think Marula is saying something. He says something. So this is the critical aspect of what we need to look at here, because this thing had the propensity to distract you from being an analytic individual and just follow the crowd. All right. So let me play this for the last time again, guys. Let me play this for the last time. Now let all watch George Lopo coming back again. All right. Let's watch it again.
Social corporate responsibility. What will you do about social corporate responsibility? Tell us, I will make sure the bills are implemented, the laws are followed.
Thank you. Yeah, I was asking. Oh, thank you there, Fatima. I was asking. I said the reason I show you guys the first video, it was to show the disorganized, action the people have with Boakai and how their government would be if they were ever elected. But I was also trying to show you guys a video that everything that what his name did on that video, or that is Lopo, does not come close to he telling Boakai to say SYZ. Now that you are seeing that image of somebody talking or Joe Lopo standing next to him, I want to see a very open video that covered that whole program where they think in that video Joe Lopo stood by Boca and said something. But that's it. Let me just ask some objective question here. Let's say for the sake of the conversation, because we are winding down now. Let's assume that Joe Lopo went to Joe Boca and said those things to Joe Boca. My question to you: did Boca call Joe Boca? I mean, did Joseph Boca call George Lopo to say, "What should I say?" Or George Lopo only tried to seize the moment because you watch the video, he's very animated, he's very bumpy, jumping here, robbing people, hitting people, and for some reason, Boca ain't even got it damn, but he oh my God, he might want to say something. Next thing you know, George Lopo coming and saying, "Oh, go say the thing, go say the thing." Question for you: did Boca call George Lopo to give him any words in your mouth? If the answer is no, why you think George Lopo did that? I will tell you because George Lopo want to show off. If the answer is yes, did Boca repeat what George Lopo told him in that question? Because it was a question that George Lopo, according to the audio, was giving Boca an answer. So if you were there and saw after George Lopo spoke to him, and now you are seeing this audio, will you now go back to that video? And when that particular question was asked, whether Joseph Boca will say exactly what you hear on this video audio being told to Joseph Boca? I know it's very complicated for me to put together, but I'm sure some of you guys will understand it. The second phase to that question is, let's say Joseph Boca did not ask any opinion, question, or comment from George Lopo. Let's assume that George Lopo decided to speak just voluntarily by himself to Joe Boca. Let's assume that Joe Boca did not answer that question based on what we heard from the audio. Second question here is, did George Lopo just act alone? And if yes, why you think he was doing that? I'll tell you the entire interaction of George Lopo behavior. George Lopo wants to be like Costa. He wants to show to McGill them that if Boca be somebody, I will be popular too. It's all about popularity context. Liberians like to show off. So my honest opinion based on the video I just saw, I don't think Omen Boca ever called George Lopo for any opinion. George Lopo acted upon himself because he wanted to show off. He wanted to be the big guy. But does that mean I support United Party? Absolutely not. I'm just trying to tell you who I am. If you do the right thing, I will praise you. If you do the wrong thing, I will come after you. And that's the kind of person Liberians don't like to see. People like us, Liberians don't like to see us. They want us to just be one way and one way and one way and one way. But that's the difference between many Liberians and myself. So with that said, guys, I stretched you a little bit. I went over the hour. Again, let me apologize because I love the interaction. And instead of me hitting it to 1 hour, I think I'll try to be stretching it to 1 hour 45, 1 hour 50 minutes. Because sometimes the conversation gets so interesting that by the time you know it, the time has been fast spent. Yes, the time already been fast spent. So let me say a big thank you for giving me the opportunity, as always, to come on this special. Again, the interaction today doesn't mean that I hate anyone. I just dislike what people do or what people continue to do to our people. And I feel that our people need to understand what is going on because as citizens of the country, there are people who have right and we need to make sure that that right is understood by them. If you do the right thing as a politician, I will come and praise you. If you do the wrong thing, I will come and criticize you. I don't need a job from you. I only need a consultancy from you. I'm not going to be a Joe Lobo, be all over the station with it. No. If I'm on my job, moving from one place to another, I admire it because I'm working in my field of expertise and I'm enjoying the movement by moving here and there. I'm not going to be moving here because I know somebody and because I want recognition. No. Let other people make me to be recognized than me making myself to be recognized. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity. Have yourself a pleasant night. If you're off tomorrow from work, well, enjoy your day, a veteran day. And the American will say, thanks to the veterans who gave us the opportunity to live in this country, despite the fact of the challenges. At least we are having some peace in this place. But with God help, we continue to enjoy a better life than other places on the face of the planet. So happy Veteran Day. If you have a son, relative, cousin, uncle who served in the US military, I would like to say thank you for your service, or what you did in the past, or what you are doing now. I want to say thank you because without the sacrifices, many of us won't be in the country here trying to impact knowledge to other people. So let me say a big thank you to every one of you guys for the opportunity. Yes, let me thank you guys. So before I leave, let me just read a few comments here. All right. So I think Marula says she don't think there's I think she might be referencing my other stuff. She don't think so. So let me see, starting with Famara here. She said we'll have to look at the full video to determine that. Yes, go ahead, Fatima. And I challenge every one of you guys to go and do a careful playback, and then you get to understand how some politicians are trying to play us around here. Yes. All right. Yes. And then I call my sister Marula Mose here. He repeated himself this time to JMB. Yeah, I think that's something he was saying. He was saying over there. That's something he said over there. And I think it is incumbent upon George Lopez to come here and I mean do an analysis of that video and let the people know as well. Yes, I believe so. And then Eric says here, thank you as always. Yes, Eric, thank you too for watching and let me know who you guys up. And I would say good night to you guys. All right. So good night. I see you guys. If nothing good come, if Joe Lopo come out tomorrow and say something, and just to clear the air or something very unusual happening, I will be back here. If not, well, we'll catch you again. All right. I will see you guys. But for now, good night to every one of you guys, and let us continue to seek for the truth because the truth will set us free. Bye, and God bless you guys. Bye bye.